Hey, you guys. Good morning. It's really bright and early in the morning, and it's cold. Anyway, I was just looking at True Killer Crime. She is phenomenal in what she's showing, and it's scary as all hell, you guys. Because I'm seeing something a little bit different than I've been seeing. Do you remember when Wazoo Mom Kim said that it was something got out of hand? Well, I've always thought that it was some type of a hazing, like especially with Ethan, because he was what they called a second-year fresher, which means that I kind of think, here's my thought, I think maybe he has dyslexia, and maybe he just couldn't keep his grades up. Even his mother said in one of her little blurps that she said that he tolerated school. He tolerated the homework, or tolerated the studies or something, meaning that he didn't really, he was there kind of for the fun. He liked, he liked the camaraderie. He liked, that kind of thing. But so I was been looking up like what happens with second year freshers, like are they hazed again? And yes, they are. Well, there was more things going on than that. So obviously there was this Xana thing, and Xana used to date Mason Bang, which seemed, they seemed happy. He seemed like a happy kind of go-lucky guy, kind of seemed like it. But I don't see a lot of the stuff, just, and how are we to know, exactly what anything was like? We just don't. But I also have seen pictures of Xana doing her tumbling stuff where Dave Loach is there and he's laughing and they're joking together. And he's actually kind of almost looking like he's trying to stop her from doing this one tumble thing because she might be a little bit, inebriated and doesn't want her to hurt herself or something. And I've seen pictures of Ethan and Xana and Loach all in like the same picture, and they're like on opposite sides. Like Ethan's not on the side where Xana is, and like it's like Loach's. It's almost like, and that was obviously I would say that was before that Ethan and Xana were going out. So I could see that, the whole fight thing, that I could see that coming about, like being, the jealous, and then being, of course, the fresher who they think isn't doing the house any good because what happens is if you don't keep your grade point average up, the whole house, they get a check, a stamp of bad approval, no approval, and then they have to. There's certain things they do. Either they're not allowed to do, like events. Certain things like that. I don't know exactly how to. I could look into it and find out exactly what it is, but basically they just dock them for things, which is not what they want to have happen, because it gives them a bad name, and they don't want that bad name. So, what I feel happened is that that Ethan, like, it was almost a mutual thing, like with the fraternity and with Ethan and Xana and those guys, is that Ethan stay over there at the house until he can get his grades up, because even Xana's dad mentioned something about she was helping Ethan with his homework. So there's that too. So was he trying to get his grade point average up, and then the hazing went down, and then maybe something got out of hand, maybe something was said like, I would never say this to anybody, but I could see how one of the guys would be like, oh, you're just stupid or whatever, you can't do this, you got, blah, blah, blah. Well, Ethan might have had a learning disorder. Like I said, I had a boyfriend who had dyslexia, and I'm telling you what, it was crazy. That poor guy, what he went through was nuts. And to top it off, his mom no lie, was the top librarian in the United States. So she was like so smart, it was not even funny. It was scary, actually. Like, you didn't even like to be around her, really. And then you have poor Jeff, who, you know, has really bad dyslexia, and it makes it even worse because his mother, you know, being how brilliant she was and smart and IQ over the roof. But I could see them, you know, teasing or mocking or, you know, Ethan, and maybe Ethan, you know, lashing back out, saying something like, well, you got, you know, blah, blah, blah. And things get out of hand. Well, that's the time of year where you're going to see all the hazings. Like, there's a lot of them happen, like in October, November, and like into the next year, first couple months. But a lot of them in November, a lot, and right around the holiday where they leave. And I think that's on purpose. I think that's a big time on purpose, because they know what they're doing is wrong. They know it's illegal. They know it's, you know, that it could be deadly and is deadly, yet they do it anyway. But they have an out, right? They have an out. Just like they did this time. Just like, and the university gave them the out. They should have locked that goddamn school down, and they should have tested every last living person there, that whole neighborhood. They should have locked that whole area, that whole radius down. That's what they should have done, but they didn't. They said, they bowed down, they said, see you later, guys, go have, you know, go on your Thanksgiving vacation while we take care of this, which they didn't do, because they didn't do shit, in my opinion. I could be wrong, but it's not the way it's looking. So with the hazings, in my opinion, it says this. So in the books, right, the ritual books, it lays down these laws of what you absolutely do not do. Well, it's kind of funny in a sick way, because what they're laying down is exactly what they do. They're just covering their butts by saying they don't do it, and it's disgusting, because they do it. But they make it sound like it's written in the book that they're not supposed to do it, yet they all do it. Hopefully that makes sense, but what I just said. But so you've got, with these hazings, it's this code of silence, it's this brotherhood, it's this keeping these secrets that are so, you know, whatever, how bad or good or whatever they are. You have to keep these secrets to protect your brotherhood. So what I think they do, even with the, you know, the tripod that was set up there, that wasn't just set up to maybe do whatever they did with the film, I don't know. But that, I believe, more than anything, was set up to document the people that were being hazed, and to get them filed right there, like whatever they had to do. Like, they have to do something in order to earn the trust of the brothers, who had to do this prior, just like these guys did, and had to earn the trust of the guys before that, and the guys before that, and the guys before that. So they do this thing, whatever this thing is, and in this case, it seemed it was a deadly thing, I think. I know, we all know that there's death there. So, in order to get what they want to get done without getting their hands dirty, because they've already gotten their hands dirty, they're already filed, you know, they're already filed away for the guys before them, because everybody has, it's like everybody has someone they can throw under the bus, because they've all been meant to do something that they shouldn't have done, that's against the law or even deadly, right? So you just think about that whole down that whole line of awful things that are documented, filmed, photographed, written down, however they do it. I'm sure there's several different ways. And so what I feel, what I'm seeing right here in this, so what you're looking at right here is you're looking at the Linda Lane, like we're the camera hanging from the ceiling, right? And we're looking at that back of that SUV right now. And that circle right there is a, is like the side light of the back of the SUV. Now, it looks to me like there's someone sitting on the ground, leaning up with facing us against a pole or against the side of the building or whatever it may be. Could be the pole, because I think this is a SUV in the middle. So there's a pole in between, you know, the two SUVs. And there's people moving all around there. And I'm just wondering if the reason that house came down like it did is because every one of them has their DNA in there. Because every one of them, I believe, after seeing this, had to take, and this is gonna, I have to say, I'm saying violence. And they would do whatever means it took to, and then I'll stop it periodically and kind of point out what I'm seeing. She's doing such a great job. It's unbelievable. I mean, I thought I spent hours. I mean, I did thousands of hours. I swear to God, on Linda Lane and Banfield, and oh my God, the whole works grub truck. She's doing some down and dirty stuff here, and it's Tommy and Karen and Bill, I think her name was Billy, did this stuff where they saw these people doing this stuff here, the silhouettes and the images that are moving in these reflections, and I saw them too. I just didn't see like where the bodies were. Like, I could see them moving, and I could see they were doing something, but I couldn't place what the images were. In this particular one, I can see them, and that is just so disturbing to me. And I really feel this is awful, beyond awful. But I believe that the families of the victims, especially Steve's family, if they'll do something, they need to see this. Because they're saying, everybody thinks it's something totally different, and that there's a guy in jail for this. And whether he was there or not, he wasn't the only one if he was involved. And I just don't think he was involved in that way. I mean, maybe some way, I don't even know that. But this is many people. This is many people. And these people, in my opinion, were at the grub truck. And it wasn't just men. It was women too. This was sororities and this was fraternities. And this is their nasty little selves doing their nasty little things to get their nasty little ups in the world. And it's nasty, disgusting. And diabolical. It's just awful. Oh my God. So I'm going to play this for you. And you can hear, you know, got to make sure I've got enough room on here. I've got to stop this one and start it over again. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to replay. And I'll probably stop it periodically to talk. Okay? Thanks. Trigger warning, big time. Big time. With me. Just back there a second ago when the girl said something, I don't know what it said in the beginning, but it sounded like she said she's gonna die. So does this look like a face to you up against that pole right in the middle of the screen? It does to me. And periodically, you'll see the figures behind it raise like an arm up, and then you'll hear a sound. And that sound is awful. Really awful. You guys, anybody, tell me how the hell no one heard this, no one saw this, no one knows a damn thing about this. This is a cover-up. So sick. Look at the anguish in this face. I want you to watch this. I don't know who this is, but they're definitely in pain. And I don't know if you can see that, but it looks like there's a gag in their mouth. And it looks like they're wearing those dark sunglasses, like that kid in Banfield. I'm not saying he did anything. I'm just saying it looks like he's wearing, like that person's wearing dark sunglasses. Like Ethan used to wear. You can kind of see people reaching around the backside, like in like a stabbing motion. Just one. And then there's another one. It's like everybody, it's like they made everybody do it. Or not made, I mean, no one, swear, my God, no one could ever make me do that. So, do you guys see that arm coming down? And like there's a hand covering, like, almost like it's grabbing the opposite side of the head underneath the jaw, like it's going to twist the head and snap it type thing. That's what it looks like to me. I don't know, I just stopped it right there just because that's what it looked like to me. Because I want you guys to be able to see the images I'm seeing, even though I don't want you to see them. I don't want to see them. But something's got to be done here. Something's got to be done here. Did you guys hear that snap? Jesus. Thank you, True Killer Crime, for your hard work. I know this isn't easy. Shit. So far from it. Thank you for staying on top of it and showing us things that, you know, oops, excuse me. I'm sorry, I just drank a big old cup of coffee. Thanks for staying on top of it and showing us things even though we don't want to see them. They have to be seen because something has to be done. And if they're not seen, how can anybody know what the hell happened? Because they're covering it up. Something awful went down there, and it wasn't just one person. It was a bunch of people. They all had a part in it. They were all quiet. They were all wearing their black gowns and their white gowns. Mostly black, with hoods on. You can see them in this. You can see them in this video. And I want to know who the head person is. Who is that? standing over watching them do this, making sure they do it. Who is that person? Because that person is even more dangerous than all of those other people put together. Even though they're quite dangerous themselves, obviously, but that person is hella dangerous.